You excited?
My first podcast. Yeah, sure.
Your first ever podcast. I guess I'll open and then we can chat.
Are you already recording?
Yeah. So we're very casual.
Oh, okay.
Yes, we don't really professionally podcast well.
Okay.
But yeah, this is the Dropping In Surf Show. My name is Rob Case. I am a paddling technique coach, and my co-host Jim Segelnick's taking the day off, and we have a special guest today, my wife Laurie. Hi, Laurie.
Hello.
Okay, so some background on Laurie. She is the head coach at the number 6 Orange Theory Fitness in the nation.
I don't know if we're still number 6.
Okay,
I think you should probably take it down a notch.
She's a big deal. Okay.
Can you just say head coach at Orange Theory?
She's head coach at Orange Theory
in Greenbrae,
yeah, California.
That's good enough.
And she's NASM certified personal trainer, which is like NASM's like the best, right?
I would say so.
And she's the best of the best, so that works great. And
you're not biased at all.
I'm not biased, but what the audience really wants to know is, what is your surfing background?
In that I don't. Is that the number one thing?
You've had surfing experience though.
Yes. I originally, before I even knew you, moving from the East Coast to San Diego, I had big plans. I had seen that surfing movie with the girl with the 2 different color eyes. That's so pretty. What's that one?
Blue Crush.
I had seen Blue Crush.
Yes.
And I was like, well, that looks cool. I want to do that. She's cool. And I met you the first month I was out in San Diego. You and your brother took me out in the surf. And as we were there, your brother said, oh, look, there's a shark. And I was on the beach the rest of the time.
There's a leopard shark.
I mean, I know. And your brother still to this day is like, what was it going to do? Gum you to death? But I mean, it was just that there was something underneath me that was moving and that could disrupt my life that I didn't care for. So I would say that was, I don't think I've really surfed since then.
No, yeah.
That was like the one and only time.
It's funny that you got in the ocean thinking there weren't any creatures like fish. They didn't exist.
I mean, being born on the Jersey Shore, you didn't really go in the water. You just looked at it, you walked to it. And then mostly growing up in Northern Virginia, we didn't, right outside DC, we didn't really have a close beach. Mm-hmm. So again, it was like you kind of just took a nice walk or a run along the beach, but you didn't actually get in the water.
I think it's so funny. Your whole family was closer to the beach than I ever was. And you guys don't want anything to do with sand.
Yeah. No.
Or water.
I don't really like sand. No. And when we go to the beach, like, you always want to spend like a whole day there and like making an event. And I usually get there and I'm like, okay, it's been an hour. Let's pack up and go home. Because I don't like just laying out. I don't like just, I don't like just sitting in the sun. I like moving.
Yes.
And nobody wants to go take a walk with me or a run on the beach, especially now that we have children.
Yes. So this episode's really a non-surfer's perspective of surfing, and specifically a significant other's perspective of their significant other's surfing obsession.
Oh, and I will say it was very difficult in the beginning of our relationship because we would go to like get together with your friends.
Yeah.
And it was like a foreign language. I mean, you guys were all talking and I was like, I don't know what they're talking about. I'm starting to glaze over. Do I, cut my losses and get out of here? I don't know what to do. So it really was like a testament to how much I loved you that I was like, all right, I'll sit through this really boring conversation.
What was your perspective of surfers before we met?
Oh my gosh. Well, I think the East Coast view and my friend's view when I told them I was marrying a California surfer guy was Spicoli, without a doubt. I mean, it was Fast Times at Ridgemont High. They expected you to be like, yeah, man, like gnarly, and like talk like that.
And that was pretty accurate when we all got together, unfortunately.
And, it it was not a great view of surfers.
Yeah.
I mean, my father alone thought that you were living in a van down by the water. I mean, he said that in our his wedding speech.
His wedding vow. Yeah, his speech.
His speech at our wedding.
Do you still have that view of surfers today?
No, I do not. I don't know that you changed my perspective as much as the clients that you have that come here are amazing to me. They're all walks of life. They are, I mean, ages range so vastly, backgrounds, why they love surfing. There's so many different reasons and what drew them to it. And just like the beautiful stories that go along with how they found surfing and how they embraced it and how it's become such a deep, enriching part of their life is, I think, one of the biggest takeaways. And that, nobody's that has come here is Spicoli.
Yeah.
At least not yet.
Yeah,
so.
not yet. That's good. Yeah. So I sent a quick email, like I did a small sample, and I said, what questions do you want Laurie to answer?
Oh, boy.
And so I have a few from listeners.
Okay.
That I
Can there be like a
for.
disclaimer that we're unfiltered and we have not practiced this?
Yeah. Oh, no, absolutely. These are, okay. And then I have a lightning round at the end. So first question, how many days per week is too many to surf?
Oh, well, that is a very good question. I will say, though, it depends. Like, it depends on if it disrupts your person's life, right? Your partner's life. So when you get up at 4 a.m. to get ready to surf, I can only do once, maybe twice a week, because you're getting me up and I'm like, ugh.
See, I thought I was doing a good thing. I'd be back by the time the kids are awake.
No,
that's not good.
You've already interfered in one of my top loves, which is sleeping. And then as far as that is concerned, when I'm busy and I'm doing things and everything's taken care of, like, I'm more than happy to have you go surfing. And I think there's something to it too, where you need to go surfing. And I think that's the underlying thing I've seen with the wonderful clients we've had here, is that there's a deep need spiritually, mentally, physically to get in the water. And there's been times where you have not been able to get to the ocean, and that affects me. And in a very bad way,
sorry.
because you're not very happy to be around. So I think that's something too to take into effect. Like, just like somebody in my case, going for a workout is going to make me feel better. You getting in the ocean is going to make you feel better. So balancing that. But, like if I want a date night and you're like, oh, the surf is pumping. I don't.
What about the one that we had up on the headland and the surf was pumping? Yeah. I did not expect it to be pumping, by the way.
You were like, I was like trying to look into your eyes, and you were like heart eyes at the surf. Yeah. I was like, I'm over here, man.
That was such a nice date, though. We had the sandwiches, we had the beach chairs.
I mean,
it just so happened that was like one of the best days at that spot. I've never seen it like that.
All right. Again, like, your favorite place to go is not my favorite place to go. Like, if you had taken me to the redwoods or the woods, and that would have been more my jam. But I love you. So
we've only been married a smidge over a decade and a half, and yet I'm still learning.
We've been together for almost 20 years.
Almost 20 years we've been together.
Yeah.
Married. So next question was, do you think surfing's a bad obsession?
No. And the reason why is because I have seen the benefits of it. And when you get in the water and your clients, there is something that comes over you that it's I can't explain it. It's almost like a calm or a meditative state, or I can't explain it because I don't experience it in water. And so it's hard for me to put to words. But you can visually see it when people are in the water, when they're surfing, when they're on their surfboard, something comes over them that is healing, I would say. It's actually, either mentally or physically. I don't know, but it is a healing thing that I think if you're somebody that loves doing it, you need that.
Yeah.
And so to take that away would be detrimental.
Well, that's like when you're in the woods. You kind of get that way when you get deep into the woods and
yeah, or like even hanging out with like my friends or catching up with, you know, buddies. It's like you kind of need that for your soul.
Yeah,
I think surfing has that same effect.
Do you see a difference in your significant other's mood after surfing?
Oh wow, I think I just touched on that.
You covered
like every
that one.
question. Yeah.
Can your significant other go on a surf trip without you feeling left out?
Wow, that's a really good question. I mean, in the beginning when we first started dating, it was rough because
your parents thought I was doing scandalous things on surf trips.
Yeah, like they thought you were sleeping around, like trying to meet other women from different countries. And my sister's like, they live in San Diego. There's plenty of beautiful women there. He wouldn't have to go to a different country. So, yeah, I mean, I don't think that was ever what I was thinking. But I think, you know, some of the places you were going were so cool. Like, you know, I wanted to go to New Zealand.
Right.
Third world countries, not interested in. But like...
Yeah, some of the places I go to, I show you the pictures and you're like, no.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
I mean, there was no false advertising here with me. I mean, when we first started dating, you're like, I have this wonderful idea of us going camping and we're gonna actually have to shovel our own bathroom and take out the toilet paper with us because we can't leave anything behind, but it's so pristine, you're gonna love it. And I was like, no. And I just the very beginning was like, there's no false advertising.
Yeah.
If you're looking for that chickapoo, that is not me. So,
and I think the trips that we've gone on that have surf, I've been pretty like pulled back.
Yeah.
I don't surf.
I mean, I think one of the things that I thought was beautiful that you did give up in a way for me was on our honeymoon. You made it all about me. We were in Hawaii.
We were in Kauai.
Though I don't know the difference between like an awesome day and not a great day.
It was going on.
I imagined it was, yeah. So, yeah, no, but I wanted to be with you the whole time. And
that was fun.
You sacrificed that. And I think that's kind of the balance you have to put forth when your partner's not into something that you're into.
Yeah, no, it works. How can I convince my non-surfing significant other that me surfing on a consistent basis is good for our relationship?
Oh, I do think that's important. And that's a great question. I think one of the key elements that your personality and your mood was completely different when you'd come back from surfing. And you would do things for me that I loved. So one of the things you would do when you'd leave early in the morning is you'd leave me a note, right? You'd be like,
that took a
I
few
love
years
you.
to figure out.
Like a little Post-it. I mean, it wasn't anything big. It was like, I know this year you've left me coffees in the morning and they're like, you know, here's to the love of my life. This is your coffee. Enjoy. Getting the kids food ready, you know, things like that. All those things that are just nice touches of things that you did as kind of a act of service to help me out with my day.
So there's no really convincing. It's just doing nice things in return.
Doing nice things in return. Yeah. And allowing them to do what they love as well.
Right.
I mean,
don't take 6 days of the week surfing and the one for your significant
well,
other.
I mean, if you're going to, right, have it be able to find ways to show them that you appreciate that.
Yeah.
And that it's not a selfish act. You actually need it. It's like working out and fitness and, you know, for your mind, body, everything. So.
How long can your partner go without talking about surfing when they're around other surfers?
Oh my gosh.
We had one like this.
Can we have 0 minutes?
Do you remember in Oregon, you were like, when we visited Nick?
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, it was like maybe 4 minutes before, because I tried, remember? I said, all right, Laurie, I'm going to try to not talk surfing with these guys.
Oh my gosh.
And it lasted 4 minutes.
I don't even know if it lasted 4 minutes. And I just like, we had a baby still at that point. And I was just like, I don't know that I can keep my head up if I lay down on this table.
Yeah, not long. I'll tell you that. And I don't know why that is. I've tried to talk about other things, but I think when you're around other people from your tribe,
yeah,
like you want to like talk about it, about all that stuff. Because when I'm around you, I don't really talk about it. When I'm around the kids, I don't really talk about it.
You don't think you do.
I don't think I do.
I mean, even this morning we were looking at the water.
That's right.
And you're like talking to the kid about the wind patterns.
But that was to teach them about the wind patterns here. That was a saline thing.
Yeah, okay. Yesterday, our kids were trying to figure out how to surf in the pool.
I'm not going to win this.
So, I mean, I don't know. I think you don't realize how much you talk about it. But, I mean, that's okay.
Oh, my gosh. Do you ever feel like you come second to surfing?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That's terrible.
She's like the other woman.
But as long as I balance it?
I think you need to balance it. Yeah. I definitely do. And I would say that's the only time we've had any kind of disagreements is when I've been like, whoa, I really needed you today.
Yeah.
And you said you'd be back in an hour, and 4 hours later you walk in the door and you're like, oh, it was awesome.
Yeah. I think I'm trying to learn more from that. I think, one thing that from a surfer's perspective, the people that are listening, there are these swell events and you like want to take advantage of like the best conditions all the time. And sometimes it's like last minute.
You realize I'm falling asleep as
I know.
you're talking about this. Like I'm already glazing over as you're talking about this. All right.
I've had to pull back on like making sure I make every moment count in the swell event because it might be like a 4-hour session when I said it was only going to be one, and then I kind of have to give back.
I'm going to give you some credit where credit's due.
Okay.
So when I was pregnant with our first son, and it was a terrible pregnancy. I think you can agree with that.
Yeah, that was rough.
I was pretty miserable. And we lived across the street from the ocean. You got me a blowhorn.
It was a bear horn.
And it was, really, really loud. And if I was to go into labor, I would blow the horn while you were in the surf. And that was your signal, like, get the heck out. Like, your wife.
We never had to blow it, though.
We practiced, though.
We did
practice to make sure.
I think everyone thought that there was like a shark or something out in the water.
I mean, when they saw me waddle, super pregnant,
far away,
to and from.
Looks like this next one, they know about your background. Do you think surfing is good exercise?
Yes, I do. Not my kind of exercise.
It's not even really mine.
Well, I think it's funny too. I'm the head coach at Orange Theory, and you've never once stepped into an Orange Theory studio other than like bringing me flowers on my birthday or like saying, picking me up at the end of a class.
Not that I don't think that it's a good workout. I think it's a good workout, but my workouts are more water based.
I mean, if anybody looks at you, they're gonna know that it's a good workout. It's all you do, really, workout wise. Your routine for X swim fit and everything. I mean, you're not at a gym lifting weights. You're not running on a treadmill. You're doing everything surf related in your program to stay healthy, fit, and in shape. And
for surfing, but for me, surfing I don't think is exercise in itself. Like I need to swim, I need to do all these other things. In my mind.
Well, then I really can't comment on this because I don't do it to exercise myself.
No, but I think that's useful. I mean, it has cardio, it has mobility aspect, it has strength to it.
I mean, I think that one of the beautiful things that you have talked about with in the study in San Diego, the college in San Diego, where they talk about the paddling, right?
Yeah,
and how that helps with cardiovascular.
Right,
health.
That's right.
So, I mean, I think that is something to take note of.
Yeah.
But I think probably more profoundly is the mental health that you probably get out of it.
Yes. I think that gets overlooked a lot.
Not by me.
I only have a few more from listeners. How hard is it to be married to a surfer who changes plans at the last minute because of waves, weather, wind, and tide?
Oh my gosh. I love every single one of these questions. Whoever these people are, can you friend request me and us be friends for life? Because these are amazing. Repeat the question again.
How hard is it to be married?
Oh my gosh.
To a surfer who changes plans at the last minute?
I think it's dependent on,
sometimes it's good.
Dependent on where we are in our lives, right? Yes. When we were first together in our 20s, it was more like I wanted dates with you. So as long as it didn't interfere with a date. Yeah. Later, getting married, having children, having a baby.
Yeah, that was tough.
That was tough. And that was, needing you. So yeah, if you had been like, check you later, I'm in the surf, I think that, so I think there's different times where you need to communicate what you need from that person, and they need to communicate to you as well. So yeah, there's been times where I've been like, don't even think about going surfing tomorrow.
Without words, just with your look.
Yeah, I am Italian. Yeah. So
how long is too long to be gone surfing in hours?
That is a great question.
Well, obviously 4 hours.
I would say 4 hours is a long time. Now, here's the deal. Like, if your partner is out doing their own thing, right? Like, right. I don't know what they're doing, but maybe they are out with friends or they have a special day planned with the kids or doing something else. I think it depends on how much they want to see you. Yeah. In our case, yeah, like I'm pretty cooked after 4 hours. Like, right. I want you home.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Like, no matter what time you leave, you can leave at 3 a.m. I'm going to want you home at 7 a.m.
What are some ways non-surfing partners can be supportive of their surfing counterparts? And part 2, this is a 2-parter. Oh. What are some ways surfing partners can be supportive of their non-surfing counterparts? So it goes both ways. So how do we be supportive? I think we covered a lot of this.
Yeah, I think picking times where, that partner doesn't need you or doesn't want you around. I don't know. And then
and doing things for each other.
Yeah, like doing
not
things
just
for each other.
saying things. But
yeah, if they're giving up their time that they love being with you so you can go surf, show them love back in whatever way, they need it.
Yeah, no, that's good. Do you feel a trip to a surf location is a vacation or just a surf trip for your surfing partner? I think we covered this one too.
Yeah, well, and I would say I don't go on your surf trips.
No, but like we've been to Hawaii 3 times together.
Yeah.
Some with kids, some without. Yeah. And I've limited a lot of the surfing.
Yeah, you barely surfed when we were
barely
in Hawaii.
Surfed. Even on our North Shore trip, I tried surfing that morning and it was like, wasn't quite working, and I came back.
I mean, you were definitely in the water working though too.
Well, that was that was more work. But
you were in the ocean.
I was in the ocean. And then we took the kids surfing.
So there was a little bit. I don't even remember.
It was the beach, and you were like, "When are we leaving? When are we leaving?"
I was like, "Okay." I was like, "It's beautiful. Can we go get some ahi? Where's my Mai Tai?"
When did you realize surfing was a major part of my life? This is my question.
Oh my gosh! Immediately.
Really? Because I didn't surf much when we first met. Remember? We were working so much
in like horrible board shorts and flip flops.
That's true.
Whenever we weren't,
I could have been a poser though. I still am a poser.
No. No, I mean, you talked about it with such great love and really kind of devotion. Okay. I mean, I don't think there was ever a question.
Set the precedent early.
Yes, you did not lie.
Will you share the towel changing story when you first arrived in San Diego?
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Okay. Well, being an East Coast girl and, not being close to the ocean in Northern Virginia, I went with my good friend Amanda. This is before you.
Yeah. This is the 1 month before me.
Yeah. So we go to the beach and we're looking for a spot. I actually don't think we were going to the beach. I actually think we were going to a restaurant on the beach.
Yeah, you didn't want to get sandy.
I don't think, yeah, we didn't go to the beach. We just wanted to, have brunch and drink and look at the waves. And so my friend Amanda was like, oh, this guy looks like he's leaving. And I was like, he does? And she's like, yeah, he's taking off his wetsuit. And I'm like, he's taking off his wetsuit right here in front of us? And she's like, yeah, what? I mean, he's got a towel. And I'm like, does he? And I mean, I was like, all right. I was like, this is like, I mean, you don't need to go to Chippendales. This show is right here. I mean, I was loving it. I mean, I think I was like, Amanda, I think we should like get that guy's number. Like, I felt like he had bought us a drink. I mean, I felt like maybe we should have tipped him. Yeah, he was gorgeous. And I was like, oh yeah, I can live here. Like, this is amazing. So, yeah, now we have 2 sons. I hope they never hear me tell that story.
We'll block this episode from them. All right, so lightning round. Fun questions to end. Okay. I have 10 questions. Answer them as quickly as possible. I'll let you know which ones you get right. What does snaking someone mean?
Oh, that's got to be cutting in on their wave.
Okay. What is a fish?
Oh, that's my favorite surfboard. That's the one with the little cute like ducktail on the back.
Yeah.
Or like, would it be broken ducktail?
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean?
Just like that.
Yeah, I love that.
What is the turtle roll?
Oh my gosh. Is that when you wipe out in a wave? I'm going to guess on that one.
What is a bonzer?
It's like all those hours of listening to you and your friends. And
that's a bonzer. That's how you feel after listening.
That's how you feel after.
Yes or no? Does a wetsuit keep the surfer dry?
Well, it depends if it's a dry suit or if
a wetsuit.
Oh, then no.
Okay, good.
No.
What does a swallowtail refer to?
Did you say okay, good? That I got that right.
What does a swallowtail refer to?
Oh my gosh, I don't know.
Okay,
I'm gonna say. Do I need to make up something?
Yeah, take a guess.
It's when a duck dive goes wrong.
Oh, I like that. What is spit?
That's when the barrel at the end does that poof
Oh
thing.
yeah,
and I love that.
Yeah.
Though I think spit is not the best word. Yeah. I think they should come up with a new word like magical mist. I don't know. That's what I would name it.
We're gonna start that.
Like a rainbow.
Hashtag magical mist.
Hashtag magical mist.
What is a leggy?
Oh my gosh. Somebody that doesn't know how to use their arms? I don't know on that one.
Onshore or offshore winds, which is better?
Oh my God. Oh my God. I think you might divorce me. Okay. So you talk about this all the time. And
Do you know which one?
Oh my God. Okay, wait, hold on. Like the wind is going, I'm going to say onshore. Am I right? You just laughed. And that's like not a good sign.
What is a thruster?
What kind of program is this? Thruster. Oh my gosh. I guess when you paddle really quickly to drop in.
Okay. All right. So what does snaking someone mean? You got that right.
Oh, yay.
What is a fish? You got that right. What is the turtle roll? Turtle roll is a way you can get out through the surf on a big board. You flip over the board and the wave goes over you.
That sounds like something I would never want to do.
Yes, I know. You do not like capsizing.
I do not like capsizing.
That is exactly capsizing. And you purposely stay underwater for a long time. That is not something.
Like, there's so many things that I wouldn't like about
nightmares about that. What is a bonzer? Bonzer is a type of board that was developed, I think 60s was the first time. It's just a special type of board. It's a bonzer. You got the wetsuit one correct. It does not keep a wetsuit dry or a surfer dry. Swallowtail is the type of tail on a surfboard. It makes like a swallow. Okay. So like a fish kind of has a swallowtail. Okay. But I like ducktail. That's kind of cool. Ducktails. Ooh. Spit you got right. A leggy is just another term for a leash. Do you know what a leash is?
my gosh, yes.
Okay, so the leash
Yes,
is...
because when I had that leash on, the one and only time I've surfed, then the board, when I wiped out, went and hit me in the head.
Yes, that's exactly.
And I was
So-
like, why do I have this leash? This is a terrible
Let's get
thing.
rid of this thing.
Cut this off my leg.
A leggie's like the Australian version of leash.
Okay.
They're like, do you have your leggie on?
I mean, do we use Australian words?
Well, it's surfing.
All right.
Onshore, offshore. So you said onshore. Typically offshore is good. Like right now, like
my
today,
gosh.
it's offshore
Don't
all
divorce
day.
me.
But I'm going to give you some points on this one because sometimes onshores are good for
You
certain
realize I totally got
maneuvers.
it wrong. You don't have to be that nice.
I'm giving you points.
totally
And then
know.
a thruster. I love that one last on purpose. That is just a 3-fin surfboard. It's a type of
Okay.
fin setup, thruster setup.
Yeah, I would not know that. I know what sex wax is.
All right, so I'll give you I'll give you the last question. Okay. In your opinion, who's the best surfer in the world?
You are, of course.
No, professional surfer.
I love Rob Machado. And the reason why I like Rob Machado is because I feel like he surfs with such heart. When you watch him surf, he just looks like he's having the most fun.
Yeah.
You know, it's not super technical in his moves. He just looks like he's going with the flow of the water.
Mm-hmm.
And it's real. I think from the beginning, I've always thought Rob Machado was a really fun surfer to watch. And then he actually had footage too when we were pregnant of him like with this kid and the baby Bjorn and like surfing with them, which I thought that was absolutely hilarious.
Yeah. Our kids did not like that.
I wonder. I know, right? Remember that? I wonder if his kids like love surfing or if they're like, oh, surfing.
It's a good question.
Yeah.
I'll have to ask him one day.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, thank you. I think that was helpful.
I hope. And for all the partners that are out there, I mean, I know it's daunting whenever somebody has a passion about something that you don't necessarily share. It's hard, right? But to kind of calculate the good versus the bad, I think is always the give and take in any relationship.
Yeah. That was good. Really helpful. Well, thank you guys. Thank you, Laurie. Thank you for listening or watching.
It's my first and only podcast.
Yeah. Well, I don't know, man. They might want you back. We need more questions answered. It literally took me 4 days to get these questions from listeners. They were pumped on asking you these questions.
Well, that's because I love them.
Yeah. Hopefully we've helped them a little bit.
Yes.
But yeah, until we speak to you next time, we'll see you in the water.
See ya. Not in the water.